These are dark times. Political divisions are deep, racial tensions are high, and for some reason, there are fucking Nazis everywhere. Our nation is locked in a conflict over free speech, violence, and the combined forces of racism, bigotry, and hate. Hate. Let's be clear. Hate is the underlying problem, threatening to tear our country apart. But while the problem is clear, the solution is not. But I do believe that there is some wisdom to be gleaned from the repurposing of a dead president's words, and they are: the only thing we have to hate is hate itself. I see contempt pointed in all directions, across racial, religious, and political lines, when the only thing that should be hated is the emotion itself. And violence. Violence has too long been a part of our political discourse. Violence is the inexorable tool of hate, which was most recently seen in that terrible attack, that terrorist attack down in Charlottesville. The Nazi behind the wheel of that car, and all Nazis for that matter, are despicable rejects. They are degenerate pieces of garbage that aren't even worth the time it takes to insult them. They are despicable. Their violence is despicable. All violence is despicable. We as a country need to come together and divorce our politics from violence. All violence. So that even includes going around and punching Nazis. As much fun as that sounds. But we can't do that because violence is like an alcoholic's favorite malt. Even that one small drop is going to lead to more. And it's not that violence and politics don't mix. It's that they mix too well. And that mixture's the perfect poison that could kill our beautiful republic. Because violence is the antithesis of speech, free speech. Violence is used to suppress speech, and speech is the key to killing hate. Because speech is used to spread the ideas, the enlightened ideas, of tolerance and acceptance. And hate is doomed when directly pitted against such ideas. Because hate is based on false notions and misguided fallacies and just plain ignorance. Hate cannot stand up to the enlightenment brought forth by the free exchange of ideas. So hate's only hope is violence, is to use violence to suppress those better ideas. It's the only chance for a way of thinking that has inferior arguments, inferior ideas, which is just plainly an inferior ideology. So by ending violence and encouraging speech, we can topple hate. But there's this thing about speech. It comes with a caveat. It's got to be free. We got to allow all speech. So that even includes the disgusting, the despicable, the hateful. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive. To be out there on the front lines trying to eliminate hate, but at the same time allowing hate speech. But the only alternative to allowing it would be to try to stop it using force, using violence. And violence is not the answer. I mean, it never is. Violence is like a conflagration. Once started, it just spreads. And violence can't fix hate. It can't solve hate. No, I mean, all violence can do is suppress hate, where it'll sit in the dark and fester. Better be out in the open, where it can be argued with, where hearts and minds can be enlightened, where opinions can be changed. But don't think for a second, when I say this kind of speech needs to be allowed, that it should be tolerated or it should go unconfronted. No, we must battle this kind of hateful speech. We must declare war on this kind of speech. But it has to be a war of words, a battle of wits. But with argument, ideas, and speech, we can't end hate. we can end it. And we as a generation should here today commit to make that a national goal, ending hate. Too long has America been crushed under the burden of hate. Too long has the burden of hate prevented America from being the country that it could be, that it would be, that it should be. Only then, when hate is extinguished, will America reach its full promise, reach that dream. I'm talking about the promise Thomas Jefferson wrote about. I'm talking about the dream Martin Luther King Jr. spoke about. It's the American promise, the American dream. The dream that everyone will achieve justice, that freedom will be universal, and that equality will be for all Americans. That's an America we should be working towards. That's the America I see in our future. That's an America our generation is going to build. A hate-free America. Thank you, and God bless America.